got? Well, she got in my face. She's a very nice person, but for the first time, she just got in my face. She said, are you trying to send me something? I said, well, yeah, I'm working my fanny off on it. She said, you need to get on this, Buster. You're just making smoke here. You have a wimpy thought. You get a wimpy result. Now get on this thing. You're just wasting time. Well, I was just kind of shattered. I mean, I'm a failure. I'm screwing up a friendship. What's wrong with me? And I never even thought about the smoke thing. But something was happening in that chair that wasn't there before.
Mm-hmm.
But she so intimidated me, I just went right to work on it again. So for another whole 4 minutes, I was, just concentrating as hard as I could on this Daffy Duck with the homemade sign. So after 6 minutes, I'm cooked. I'm not a meditator. I'm not one of these concentrating, experts. I'm just some guy. So I said, what have you got? I'll never forget. She said, are you trying to send me a cartoon character? Well, I got a lump in my throat. That was a Hollywood moment. And I said, yeah. She said, well, there's some poor little 2.5-foot tall human-y thing in the chair. He's got little skinny little skinny legs, little skinny arms, and he's got cartoon colors on him, so I figure he's a cartoon character. And he's got a stick in his hand.
Wow.
That changes the world, because that's what you can do. And you know what? I didn't even know what I was doing. I'm going to underscore this again. No skill set, no real agenda, no game plan, no prayer, no manifesting angels on my back. I just sent this stuff, and I wasn't even good at it, and I got a result in 6 minutes. Now, if I stayed with that, and Judy was allowing me to send this stuff, don't even bother trying to send her stuff. There are gates up, If I send her a Daffy Duck every day in thought like this, if she's going to get a UPS ding-dong and there's a Daffy Duck in a box, or she'll go to the grocery store and some little girl will go up there and put a Daffy Duck sticker on her leg. But she's going to get that duck. And when I saw The Secret, it was a revolution for me, because I saw, oh my God, here's all these people talking about all these different ways, methods, all this kind of stuff. A little confusing, but they're all on the same page, and I agree with them. Best practices to how to manifest stuff. But I knew what they were talking about, but I knew something they didn't know. And now you know something that hardly anybody in the world knows. Yes, thoughts are real. Yes, thoughts are the law, but this is how they form up. And now that you know there's an electrical transmission plant hooked to your light switch, when you go hit that light switch, it starts to happen. And it's like gravity. Your belief in gravity has no bearing on water running downhill. Gravity's going to do it anyway. Good person, bad person, understand gravity or not. Now, that's what you've got. It is your birthright. Everybody's born with it, and we're equally proficient at it.
Ken,
we have equal gifts.
Do good people use this manifesting 1, 2, 3 for good? And if they can do it for good, can bad people use it for negative things?
Can bad people stay in an armchair and not float away?
Sure they can.
It's the same.
Really?
It's the law. Yeah. I put it in the book, and I said it just this way. This is a little harsh. But in 1939, Hitler got up one morning and said, I'm going to invade Poland. And 100,000 angels did not stop his army at the border.
That's
it was
true.
Allowed.
That's true.
It's the wild, wild west down here.
Why? Why are we given all this freedom to kill, destroy, ruin?
Well, I don't have the big picture, and coming out of the metaphysical world, and my belief system just tells me it's like a big school.
Mm-hmm.
And we have multiple lives, so sometimes we're the good guys, sometimes we're the bad guys.
Gotcha.
Sometimes the bad guy is your best friend of the universe, and when you get over there, you go, oh my God, we're just an actor in a play. But we learned some cool stuff, and I'm sorry that I killed you. Oh, it's okay. That's kind of flip, but I don't really know. But it's set up where we do have free will. As best I can tell,
No, go ahead.
As best I can tell, we're gifted with the ability to co-create.
If we can do it, if we can send that thought to manifest Daffy Duck, is it possible for someone on the other side who's passed to send a thought to this side. And why I'm asking you this is because the number of the people that I've had the pleasure of talking to over the years, Ken, have always talked about a haze, a smoke before a visitation or a materialization of someone that they've lost.
Those may be, you could put those in the same box perhaps, but I think they're separate items, because when I'm thinking of something, it doesn't exist until I begin to think of it.
But
let's get this off my back and onto yours. It doesn't until you begin to think of it.
All right, but
then it starts to materialize.
All right, but why wouldn't that work from one side of one dimension to the next?
Oh, I think it probably could. We get these thoughts put in our heads all the time. In fact, I depend on that sometimes for guidance.
Right. So how can this change a person's life? Like, I'm sure we've got people listening to us wherever they are saying, oh, come on, give me a break. You know, what does that mean? I go and I start thinking about more money in the bank and it's going to be there? Yeah. How do we explain it?
Happened to me. Happened to my friends. It doesn't, here's your explanation. It doesn't matter what you think.
Okay.
It doesn't matter what you believe about gravity or about thought. Gravity just does what it does, and thought just does what it does. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter your level of faith. This is why I don't label this stuff, because I would flunk faith. I would flunk meditation. I just tell people to do this. This is like the number 1 and number 1, 2, 3. Let's be really, really, really smart. Now, this piece of information is out there. Andy Dooley is a proponent of this. There's some others that came before him. And I told this to William Buellman one day. He hadn't heard it, and he said, oh, my God, this changes everything. Because William was making lists and watching his stuff form up and arrive. So let's be really smart. If your thoughts can make anything, and they do, then sit quietly in your couch, close your eyes, and imagine you're in your future. You're in your future. And you're going to build this perfect future. In your future, you have a perfect career. I would imagine I'm on the couch at the end of the day. I don't know where my career is. I don't know what it is, but I just love getting up in the morning and going to my career. It might just be in another room in my house. And then I say, I'm so grateful. Now, I have a lot of scenes in my movie. There's careers and perfect partners and this thing and that thing. And at the end of every scene, as I call it, I say, I'm very grateful.
Okay, Ken, stand by. We've got to take our final. We've got to take not our final. We have to take our news break at the bottom of the hour. Getting a little ahead of myself talking about the future. Kenn Elliott's our special guest, Exonation, www.manifesting123.com. We'll be back on the other side of the news. Don't go away. Are you considering calling a psychic to read your situation? Then consider David Champion, a psychic medium for more than 20 years with thousands of readings under his belt. David Champion will make you feel comfortable. He has proven to be honest and accurate. He's a straight shooter. There's no guesswork. What he sees is what you get. While he is a medium, most of the calls focus on relationships, not only love, but work, school, neighbors, and more. Need help with finding a job and preparing for the interview? Are you dealing with people who are obstacles in your path? For more information, go to davidchampion.com, $1.50 per minute paid by credit card with a minimum of 30 minutes. For your reading with David Champion, call 1-877-702-8598. That's 1-877-702-8598. Now you can dial in to listen to the X-Zone Radio Show from anywhere in the world with Rob McConnell 24/7, 365 by dialing 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080. If you have a mobile phone or landline, the X-Zone Radio Show with Rob McConnell is now at your beck and call at 213-401-0080. That's 213-401-0080, 24/7, 365.
This is the X-Zone Broadcast Network, broadcasting worldwide on broadcast affiliates and satellite program providers, including CNN Broadcast Network, Sirius Satellite Network, Star Media, Good News Radio Network, Angel Broadcast Network, Wiki Broadcast Network, and WPBN TV. For more information on the X-Zone Broadcast Network, visit us at www.xzbn.net.
This is Elizabeth Joyce with Stargazing, week of June 2nd to June 8th on the X-Zone. There's plenty of romantic energy in the agenda this week, even if you might not be able to think straight. June is relatively quiet compared to the last 2 months. The only big issue is Mercury turning retrograde June 7th through July 1st. The communication breakdown cycle begins in Cancer, the sign of family, food, home, and emotions. Then it goes backwards into mental Gemini. Plan to do a lot of short, quick projects this month rather than taking on something excessive. It would be good to catch up with old friends or to learn something new. This is the final month of Jupiter in Cancer. The purpose has been to create a life that includes more nurturing, both for yourself and others. Monday the 2nd is particularly a good day for sharing with others. Remember that Mercury turns retrograde at the end of the week, so take care of communications and date scheduling now. On Wednesday, the love planet Venus in Taurus will embrace enchanting Neptune in a supportive sextile. This aspect guarantees that Earth and water signs will enjoy succumbing to the hypnotic spell of their sweetheart. Creative pursuits are also favored. There are 2 grand trines on Thursday the 5th. This is auspicious, but it moves through very quickly. Do something nice for yourself. One triangle is the feeling of water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. The other is the practical earth signs of Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Be productive, but make sure your emotions are engaged in projects towards the end of the week. And on Friday, the Sun is in Gemini, and that will be a supportive link to Uranus. High voltage energy, along with clever ability to move forward in your progressive personal agenda, will become second nature. Everyone will enjoy focusing on what promotes their individual expression. In fact, this is what will make you come alive. The moon is in social Libra for the weekend. Confirm your plans and practice adaptability because Mercury turns retrograde on Saturday. That trickster planet is ready to cause trouble again. Mercury retrograde begins in sentimental Cancer, but will spin backward until July 1st. You might spend more time strolling down memory lane or dwelling on a family situation you wish you could do over. If you open your heart into it, maybe you can.
And for more information about Elizabeth Joyce, visit her online at www.new-visions.com. That's www.new-visions.com. Her email address is elizabeth.joyce.email@gmail.com, and on Skype, elizabeth.joyce. Kenn Elliott's our special guest this hour. We're talking about manifesting 123. Kenn's website is www.manifesting123.com. Kenn, is there any difference between the manifesting that we're talking about and miracles?
No. Well, let's go back to the prayer thing.
Okay.
I've never been in that office. I don't know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be a little hit and miss. In my heart of hearts, I think all prayers are answered in some way. You just may not see it. But to us, sometimes you get them, sometimes you don't.
Mm-hmm.
And when we're manifesting things, the most amazing things will happen. And I've learned very quickly there's no difference between a big miracle and a little one. None at all. It's just as easy to get a new career as it is to have your favorite song come on the radio.
All right, let me ask you this. How does manifesting change the timeline of our life? Because we're coming up with an unknown constant at this point. Is it all part of the big plan? Is this part of what we are planned to do? Or is this something that may, in fact, not only change our lives, but during the ripple effect of life, change many other lives?